drive-through. We'll break down all 15 games for you here in Major League Baseball. Hopefully have a pick from every game. We should, as we bring our cappers here for you, as we'll break down the games. And let's get started off here with Sean. Sean, how's it going?
Hey, Tony. How's it going?
Doing great. Look forward to this Tuesday card. Also join us today, Damian.
Hey, Tony. How you doing?
Doing awesome. Of course, we also have Alex Smart.
Hey, Tony.
It's happening, Alex. And, of course, Zawacky with us.
Hey, how's it going, everybody? Happy Tuesday. Good start to the Monday. Let's continue get some winners on this nice, fine Tuesday. Not the biggest slate, but still, we can definitely get some fine winners. WNBA back tomorrow. So.
That's right. WNBA back. It isn't too far away, so we're ready to roll here. Let's get the baseball started. As you guys know, the format, morning show format. Now we're converting here on the drive to that. So the games we'll cover in this slate: Marlins, Phillies, Cardinals, Reds, Dodgers, and Brewers. We'll start it off here with. Wait a second. Right? That is right. That is the right format. We'll start over with Sean.
Yeah. So in this set here, it's hard not to look at the Marlins at that big price against the Phillies with Taijuan Walker going. I mean, you'd be hard pressed to find a starter that's been worse than Walker this season. I know he's been on the shelf here since the end of June, but he's going to make his return here. So, not expecting a lot from him. I don't know how much they'll even stretch him out in this game, but Philly's on a pretty long losing streak with Walker on the hill, and this time of year, it's a time where I'm looking at those big prices and looking at taking the dogs. So, I mean, I don't mind taking a shot with the Marlins here. One word of caution would be that the Phillies bats have come to life a little bit. They're had a bit of a slump. They're back up to 9th over the last 7 days in weighted on base average, and that's a pretty good metric that I look at with my plays. So that would be the only caution here. But at that price, I'd consider the Marlins.
All right, I'm going to add, instead of the Dodgers game, I'm going to add Nationals Orioles in case that confusion there.
Actually, yeah, in that game as well. I'd look to the dog in that one as well. I was going to mention if that was in the same group that you could probably do worse than going Marlins Nationals here and maybe hoping for at least a split, because I'm not a big fan of Trevor Rogers with the Orioles. He's come over. He had that awful record with the Marlins, a bad team, but his 2 starts with the Orioles haven't been great either. So look at the Nationals offense. That's got going a bit lately as well. It actually ranks higher than the Orioles over the last 7 days. So consider those 2 dogs there.
Okay, we'll go. Let me run down games again to correct it here. Nationals, Orioles, Marlins, Phillies, Cardinals, Reds. Over to Damian.
On the let's see, the Nationals Orioles. I'm looking into that one. Kind of like the under in that game. I know Jake Irvin has not pitched well lately. 9 earned runs in his last 10 1/3 innings in August. Gave up 3 earned runs his last outing, but his ERA on the year is 3.76. He's never faced Baltimore. I think he's going to be in line for a pretty good bounce back opportunity here by Irvin. Trevor Rogers, obviously, this is going to be his first home start here as an Oriole. His first 2 starts were on the road. He's pitched a lot against the Nationals in his career ERA of 3.35 against the Nationals. Both teams were off yesterday. I think that's good. Bullpens are well rested, and I think we see the under hit in that game. And I'm sorry, what were the other games, Tony? You mentioned the Brewers Dodgers.
No, not the Brewers Dodgers. That was correct. Yep. That was incorrect. Nationals Orioles, Marlins Phillies, Cardinals Reds.
Okay, the Marlins Phillies. I kind of agree here with Sean. I think I'm going to play I like the over actually though in that game. Taijuan Walker's just been terrible. Even when he was healthy, he's bad. So now he's coming off the injured list. I just think there's going to be a lot of runs here, and the Philly offense. The Phillies really they are slumping. Lost 10 of their last 14, I believe. But they have guys that can hit the ball. Florida isn't a team that really strikes fear. That the pitcher that's going for them today, I forget I can't pronounce his name. Yeah. But I see the Phillies, looking to get back on track, and I like a lot of runs in that game.
All right, so I will go over to Alex again. It's Nationals, Orioles, Marlins, Phillies, Cardinals, Reds in this slate. Alex.
Yeah, I'm just looking at this Cardinals. This Cardinals Reds situation here, and I look at both teams, and you got Green going to the hill tonight, and he's doing something amazing. 24 consecutive scoreless innings. He's got a 0.92 ERA over that period of time. He's had a good year, 8-4, 2.90 ERA, probably even in Cy Young, award-winning form at this point. He could get some votes here. And then we have Eric Feed on the other end, and Feed's had an average at best season. He's not a bad pitcher, 3.28 ERA, And these two teams are very inconsistent offensively. And yeah, you just look at both bullpens, and whatever you might think about the bullpens, average at best will say you gotta look at this game because of Green and think to yourself, hey man, how many runs are going to go on the board here with the Cards, and especially with the inconsistencies they've shown. Also, just looking quickly, I'm just a trends man sometimes, and not just wildly a trends man. I look at at every angle, but 4 meetings in Cincinnati this season have all gone under. Let's grab the under.
Under says, Alex, we'll go over to Ron.
And here in this group of games, in the Marlins and Phillies, Taiwan Walker's first start back in how long? A little bit, right? So definitely fade a first time starter for me. So too much. I don't want to lay minus 200. Is Taiwan Walker a minus 200 favorite? No, definitely not. Take the Marlins plus the plus money in that one. He didn't even take the plus 1.5. I think Marlins win it outright, or it's really close game in that one. And then Washington and Baltimore, I don't like Trevor Rogers going here. And if you look, Trevor Rogers, Washington's beat him up a couple times already this season. So for me, Washington's the play to go there. I like CJ Abrams to hit a home run. He's already hit a home run off Rogers this season as well. So I think that's at plus 850. I'm in. Give me CJ Abrams to hit a home run in that one. And you look at this price between the Cards and the Reds, and for me, was the Hunter Green only a minus 135 favorite? It's almost like they're begging you to take the Reds at that price. Eric Petty has been serviceable over his last few starts. I think he can come here in this one and have a good start. You also look at this Cards team, and the Reds have lost their last 9 Tuesday games as home favorites versus the NL Central. So I like the Cardinals to get the job done in that one.
And with Rod, all right. My picks from these set of games, I'm going to be looking at over the total there with the Washington, Baltimore. Baltimore's bullpen has been banged up here. They've been hit here over the past 10 games. ERA approaching 7. Nationals are hitting the ball pretty well over their past 10. Again, Nationals pitching has not pitched well on the road, allowing 264 hitting to their opponents. They are trending to the over as well, facing these teams that allow 4.2 runs or greater. We'll go over there. In the game between Cardinals and Reds, I'm with Rod there taking the plus price with the Cardinals. They've been good at this price point, minus 102 and plus 128. They've returned 7.5 units. So I'll look at the Cardinals in that spot. The Reds, a losing team at home, so I don't want to take them in this spot. Marlins, Phillies, for me, it's an over in this game. Miami Bats have wakened up over their past 10 games. Phillies have been a good team at hitting the ball at home, but their bullpen ERA at home is 4.5. So we'll look at over in that one. All right, we'll continue here on the drive-thru. Let's get ready here for the next set of games. We'll get you covered on all 15 games from this baseball card for Tuesday. The next set of games will be Mariners, Tigers, Cubs, Guardians, Astros, Rays. We start with Sean.
Yeah, I really like the Cubs. I like the Cubs here tonight at the underdog price. I would even consider a reverse run line here. Had them on the run line actually last night. That didn't go so well. Got off to the good start, and then the Guardians kind of came back on them, and Cubs battled back late. Wasn't enough. They ended up losing 9-8. But that Guardians bullpen is worn out right now. If you look at it, they've got 2 or 3 guys that won't be available tonight for sure, and they've got others that have pitched 2 of the last 3 days. So, that's usually a pretty reliable bullpen, but I don't like it tonight. Javier Assad's been, serviceable for the Cubs. He's been better at times. Lately, he's been a little rocky, but that Cubs offense, they're 3rd in baseball over the last 7 days in weighted on base average. Guardians are 26th over the same stretch. I'll go with the Cubs here tonight.
The Cubs there from Sean. All right, we go over to Damian.
Yeah, I agree with Sean there. I like the Cubs as well. Boyd's looked really good in his rehab starts, but the fact of the matter, he hasn't pitched in about a year now in the major leagues. So, the Cubs have won Assad's last 4 starts. I like him to get the job done again in this one. Taking a look at the Tigers Mariners, I'm liking the Tigers in that one. Schoolball's just so darn good. I don't think Kirby, when you look at him, his ERA against this Detroit team is over 6. So I'm going to back the Tigers with one of the best pitchers in baseball there in that one. And I also like the Astros. Houston's won 6 games here in a row. They've taken over first place in the AL West. Kikuchi is a 3.67 ERA in 11 starts against the Rays. And I just don't think the Rays really have the offense here to hang with Houston. I'm going to take the Astros in that one.
Astros in that one. And Wayne is slotted in now. Wayne, it's Mariners, Tigers, Cubs, Guardians, Astros, Rays.
Yeah, I agree with my man Damian Sosh. I like Houston, man. They've been rolling. It's one of them things where Kikuchi, he's a pitcher that's been up and down. He's get rocks at some point, but if you get a good Kikuchi the way Houston's playing, I think they can come out here and beat the Rays. Rays bats haven't been great, and even if you get a bad Kikuchi, when he was on the Blue Jays, they're not a team that's known to hit good, but Houston can hit good. So even if I feel like we get a bad Kikuchi, Houston can back him with the bats. And not the Mariners game, but Mariners Tigers. You said one more, right?
Yeah, Mariners, Tigers, Cubs, Guardians, Astros, Rays.
Yeah, Cubs, Guardians. There we go. I like the Guardians. Bounce back. Guardians just a better team, more to play for. I know Asai's been strong as of lately, but we're going back to the beginning of the season. He was getting rocked in. I just trust Cleveland more in this spot, trust their bats more, and I think they, like I said, more to play for. So I'm going to ride with Cleveland in that one.
All right, go over to Alex.
Yeah, I'm looking at that Houston game, and I'm sort of kicking myself in different directions here with it. But, there's just an edge, a value edge here. And I know Houston's been rolling of late. They're on a 6-game win streak. Something about Kikuchi, the way he's been pitched since he got traded, well, even before he got traded over on July 29th from the Jays, he's not – I mean, he's got a 6.75 ERA in his last 10 trips to the hill, and in the starting capacity, he's allowed 4 runs or more in 6 of his last 8 starts overall. And he looks to be cannon fodder, in my opinion. Now, I know you're going to say to yourself, hey, yeah, we know the Rays are a very inconsistent offense. They just don't get rolling. Hey, this is still a Major League Baseball team. You give them a guy that's sort of on a downswing, maybe a little bit tired. And, even the Rays, we're not knocking the Rays here, but even the Rays as a professional baseball team can get things going. And, meanwhile, on the flip side, we've got a Rays pitcher in Baz, who, he was injured for the first half of the season. And he's still looking for his first win entering this game. So, but he's a viable option today. And I'll tell you why. He's backed by Major League's, the American League's top bullpen since the beginning of July. They have a 2.83 ERA during that period of time. Well, entering Monday play anyway. And an interesting note that goes along with Baz is he allowed 2 runs on 6 hits and 5 1/3 innings back on August 2nd versus the Astros. Didn't look too bad. So, we're looking at some interesting situations here that sort of just shine value on this game. The Rays have won 10 of their last 11 at Tropicana after a loss. So they're a good bounce back candidate as they lost 6-1 yesterday to Houston. And let's go. Let's take some value with this one.
Value there from Alex Smart. We'll go over to Rod.
And for me in this time spot here, I like the under between Seattle and Detroit. Don't let the outburst runs from Seattle on the weekend fool anybody. They're batting .211 over their last 10 games. And sure, they beat up on the Mets team who were on the back end of that road trip. And Skubal on the mound, and Skubal's been pitching lights out. And this Detroit offense only hitting .217 over their last 10. So give me the under 7 in that one with a lean to Seattle sneaking up the win. In that game. It's going to be a close one, but I like the under there. And I also like the under between Houston and Tampa Bay. I know Kikuchi, we've seen what his numbers were, but since he's come over from Houston, he's stepped up his game a little bit, and I think he steps it up here. And Baz is he's already seen Houston once, not too long ago, and it was a 3-2 final in that one. So I like another under there. Give me the under 7.5. I lean to the Rays to bounce back. Off of a long road trip, Rays usually lose that first one at home, and then they usually bounce back and win the second one. So I'd have to go against Houston here. I know they've been hot, but I like the Rays to bounce back there in that one and the under.
From Rod, all right. I'm going to also look at the under in the Mariners Tigers. Both teams cold at the plate, past 10 games. The Mariners 211, Tigers hitting 217. Both teams really trending under as we speak. Kirby's allowed 2 earned runs or fewer in 4 of his past 5 starts. Kubal's numbers have been a little better at home. We'll look at the under in that spot. And Astros Rays, I'm going to look here at the Astros. I got to see a little bit more hitting from the Rays before I'm going to back them. They have a minus 37 run differential this season at home. The Astros have hit the ball well on the road. So that's the direction I'll go with that game. I will continue here on the Drive Thru Morning Show format as we will cover all games here, parts of 3. So we'll get ready for the next game set of games for you guys. It will be Rangers, Red Sox, Athletics, and Mets. Royals at Twins. I will say Joe Boyle will be the starter. I know Stripling was overnight, but Boyle to start here for Oakland. In the spot, we start with Sean.
Yeah, with Boyle over Stripling, I'm going to look at the under in that Mets A's game tonight. Similar to another game Damian talked about earlier, it's a game where we get both teams coming off the off day yesterday. So, both bullpens have all hands on deck for this one. Both of these offenses, the A's had a couple big games there in Toronto over the weekend, but for the most part, these two offenses have cooled off over the last 2 weeks, over the last 7 days. They both fall in the bottom third of baseball in weighted on base average over that stretch. So I'm not expecting a ton from either offense here, and plus we get the benefit. Citi Field is one of those stadiums where the weather does tend to matter. Nothing too extreme tonight, but we do have the wind blowing in. Not overly humid tonight at the stadium. So I think we're going to look at taking the under at 8.5 at a slightly juiced out price there.
All right, kind of go over to Damian.
All right, yeah, actually looking at that same game, I'm liking Oakland in this one. They actually have the best record in the AL over the last month at 15-9. They've hit 45 home runs during that span. Blackburn has pitched pretty well there for the Mets in his 2 starts in a Mets uniform. But since the All-Star break, the Mets offense has really tailed off. A's are playing pretty good baseball right now, and I'm going to take them in this spot.
All right, over to Wayne.
I hate to keep riding with my man Damian Sosh, but I agree with him on that Oakland. I like the value there. Definitely with Stripling. I'm not a big Stripling fan. I still even like them with Stripling. Just the way they've been batting. Sneaky team right now. We know the Mets have been up and down, and I got to take Texas in his underdog spot to get right. It's hard for me to do with the way they've been playing, but I just feel like it's starting to get to do or die time with them. We're getting some plus money with them. Boston, strong team, been playing well, but I like Texas in this spot.
Yeah, from Wayne, we go over to Alex.
Yeah, I'm just looking at one game here. As much as I really like Oakland, I really like the way they swing the bats, and there's just there's just too much here that the Mets are I would say we'd say in desperation mode now, moving towards playoff time. Are they going to make the playoffs? Are they not? I think they feel the same way. They've done really well at night. 39-27, over 11 units of profit for backers. And, Stripling has not done well as an underdog in the evenings, just doesn't like that. Doesn't like the lights of Major League Baseball in the evenings. He's lost 14 of 19 as an underdog over the last 5 seasons in that situation. Not laying a whole bunch with the Mets here, but let's lay a little, if I can spit it out, juice.
Yeah, from that. So we go over to Ron.
And I got to agree there with the Mets. I like the Mets here in this spot. I think Blackburn comes out and has a solid game. He's been pitching well in his first 2 starts with the Mets. And again, going against his old team, I think he has a little more in the tank to amp it up a little more. I think the Mets, I know we've seen them struggle in their last few games in Seattle. But like I said, that was the end of a really long road trip. After a day off coming here in this one, I'm going to take the Mets on the run line. I think they can handle Oakland and win by 2+ there. And just fade Texas. I'm not even going to take him at this plus price. Forget it. They're awful. They had their chance to win the last game and blew it late. No chance. Texas is getting swept this series. Texas is in deep trouble. I think I said earlier, Texas not to make the playoffs. They're not making the playoffs. I'm going to take Boston, and I think they beat up on Texas. Urena hasn't been good. I know Cutter Crawford hasn't been good either, so either of these starters probably don't equate to who gets the win in this one. But I think the Boston Bats just take it out on Texas. I'm going to take the run line in that one. Boston beats up on Texas.
All right, I'll look at. I'm telling Rod with the Red Sox here. Urena issue with him, the contact, right? 15% strikeout rate And then you got a Rangers bullpen that has an ERA of over 6 on the road. Rangers have lost 12 of 15. This is the time when we get the white flag. The white flag is up at this time of year. When you lose 12 of 15, the white flag is up. I'll be the guy to take the Royals here with Lugo. I know that the Twins' bullpens have had struggles over the past 10, but they've won behind Lugo 14-10. And Minnesota's just 20-27 facing teams with a 540 or higher win percentage. They've been pretty much the bully. They've lost 9 units against teams like this. So I'll be looking at KC in that spot. All right, let's continue here on the drive-thru. Let's get ready for our next set of games from this Tuesday card. And we'll get it started on this set. Will be the Dodgers, Brewers, Yankees, and White Sox, Blue Jays, and Angels. And we'll start it off with Sean.
Yeah, I'm going to look at the Brewers here tonight to bounce back. They were kind of a no-show last night. Freddie Peralta against Clayton Kershaw. Just Dodgers took it to them, really. It was never close. I think the Brewers do bounce back tonight. They've won 4 straight starts for Colin Ray. Not a whole lot more to that one other than just feeling that it's a good bounce back spot for the Brewers at a pretty good price, close to a pick 'em range there. And I also like the Jays Angels game to go over the total. I saw a low scoring game last night. The Jays scored early, and then it kind of both teams just cruised along the rest of the way. I think tonight we see more offense there. We get the wind blowing out at Angel Stadium, which is always a benefit here. I'm not particularly high on either of these starters here tonight with Gosman going against who's starting for the Angels. Sorry, it's Carson Fulmer. So we'll call for some runs in that, and we'll go over the 9.
Yeah, from Sean. All right, we go over to Damian.
Yeah, I'm also liking the Brewers as well. I know the Dodgers are playing some pretty good baseball. They won 7 of their last 9. The main reason is I just don't trust pitcher Gavin Stone right now. He does have good overall numbers, but when you look at his last 6 starts, his ERA is 6.91. The Brewers are a really good team, especially at home, and they are 14-5 in Ray's start. So I'm going to take Milwaukee in that one. And I also like the Angels. Since Carson Fulmer actually has entered the rotation, he's been pretty good. He's posted a 3.60 ERA in his 5 starts. In his home ERA, he's just 2.65. I don't expect Gosman to have that same performance that he had against the Orioles as he did his last start. He went 8 innings, I think just 2 runs. I don't see that coming again. He's just been too inconsistent this year, and I'm going to take the Angels in that one.
Angels from Damon over to Wayne.
Yeah, I'm with you guys on the Brewers. Love the value on them. Gavin Stone is an auto fade. I like the way Ray has been looking lately. Typically, he's a bigger favorite than this. That's why he's really auto fade. But not a huge favorite today. But I still like the Brewers. Their bats been stronger as of lately. Definitely against right-handed pitching and just a value play. I like the Yankees to bounce back. Don't love the number in that one. And I hate to go against the total guy, Sean Murphy, but I like the under in this Angels Blue Jays. As Damian just mentioned, Fulmer's decent. Gausman pitches well in this spots, and I don't trust either one of these teams' bats. I think that they struggle to get runs. They leave a lot of guys on base late recently, and I like the under again in that one.
From Wayne over to Alex.
Yeah, you know what? And I'm looking at this Milwaukee game too. There's some things I don't like about it, so I'm not telling anybody to go out and bet the farm on this one. But I'll tell you one thing: Colin Rea has been a top tier pitcher in this range, $120 to $120 minus $120 to plus 135. He's got a 19-3 record over his last 2 seasons. When we see a line in that range, and hey, we'll use that word value again. Like I said, there are some things I don't like about this game, but just looking at Ray, I just got to go with him tonight.
All right, from Alex over to Rod.
And for me, in this time spot, you know what? I'm going to take the White Sox to win back-to-back wins here. With Nestor Cortez on Jr. on the mound. Well, he hasn't been good. He's been awful. The Yankees have 1 win in his last 8 starts. And that 1 win was a 6-5 win. So if you want to take the run line, I wouldn't blame you. But why not take a shot with the White Sox to win it again? He's got roughed up pretty good as Nestor Cortez. And why not the White Sox beat up the Yankees again? Too much value there to pass up with that. And I like the over between the Dodgers and Brewers. You look, the Dodgers bats are definitely going to come to life with Mookie Betts being back in the lineup as he scored 3 RBIs in his first appearance back. Crushed one right out of there. So I like the over 9 in that one. I think the Brewers can come back to life and score some runs. But we know this Dodgers offense, when Mookie's back into it, they definitely can score some runs as well. And the Dodgers bullpen definitely can give up some as well. So I like the over 9 there. And in the Blue Jays game, you know what? Gausman's on the mound. Fade him. He's been awful. Got to go with the Angels. The value here at books even knows something. -120 with almost a coin flip price there in that one. I was on the under yesterday, and I'm with Sean, and got to go with the over in that one. I think neither of these starters, Fulmer or Gausman, equate to who gets the win in that one. But I'm going to take the Angels in the over.
Angel over says Ron. All right, for me, Yankees, White Sox. I'm going to go over the total. Yankees 17-4 to the over in their past 21 games. Here, Yankees bullpen. We're starting to see some of these bullpens here in mid-August start to fade here. It's starting, these pitchers that go 4 or 5 innings, they're starting to pay the price for this now. And I'm going to go over there, Yankees and the White Sox. We know Cortez on the road, ERA over 6. The Yankees bullpen has been struggling here. ERA near 5 over their past 10 games. We know the White Sox bullpen's been terrible all season. I'm with you guys with the Brewers here at -120. Brewers here at this price here. They like we said, I think Rod said it. They win behind Ray and go with that route. And Stone, as Damian said, really can't trust him. We look at his past 3 starts, allowing 12 earned runs in nearly 15 innings. Ray is in the better form, so I'll look at the Brewers there. And in the Angel game, I'll take the plus price of the Angels and the Blue Jays. Issue there here, Gausman's form, given 14 runs in his past 28 innings. And, of course, the Blue Jays bullpen on the road, ERA near 5. We talked about teams here with the white flag up. We'll see. Maybe it's the Blue Jays. It's been a real disappointment with all that talent in that team. All right, let's continue here on the drive-through. We get ready for our next set of games. And the next set of games here will be all the West Coast ones on the West. We'll start with the Rockies, D-backs, Pirates and Padres, Braves and Giants. We start with Sean.
Yeah, I'm going to look at the Pirates and Padres. Like the over a little bit in that one. Last night saw a low-scoring game there between these two teams. Obviously, Petco Park's a pitcher's park, but the Padres have been hitting for weeks, and even the last month. Over the last week, they're top 3 in weighted on base average. I like them to continue to hit and kind of bounce back from last night's game against Luis Ortiz. Then you get the Pirates. They were in a big time slump offensively. They're in a slump in general here right now. They can't win a game, but I do think their bats have come around a little bit over the last week or two. So, it's a night the wind's blowing out of Petco. We'll take a shot with the over in that game.
All right, we'll go over to Damian.
All right, taking a look here at the Giants and the Braves. I know, I like the Giants in this one. I know the Braves got that win yesterday, 1-0, thanks to that. Chris Sale was just phenomenal. So was Blake Snell, but the Braves ended up getting that 1-0 win. Prior to that game, though, the Braves pitching staff has just been getting shelled. They actually have averaged giving up 9 runs over the last 7 games. And Charlie Morton's been pretty inconsistent this season. I think that the injuries are just finally taking its toll here on this Atlanta team when you look at the recent stretch of games. Kyle Harrison's been pretty solid here for the Giants, and I'm going to back San Fran in this one.
All right, we'll go over to Wayne.
Yeah, I'm on the other side of that one. As far as I like Atlanta in that one. It's hard to take Charlie Morton. I'm not gonna lie. Put my money behind him the way he's been getting slack, but he's still a veteran pitcher, and we've seen this before. Him giving up 5-6 runs and then coming out and having a solid inning. He's a veteran pitcher who can bounce back. And I just like the Atlanta's bats, even with the injuries. And I don't trust Kyle in this one. For the Giants on the mound, hasn't looked too well. And I like the D-backs, but I don't like the price. And I like the Padres as well. Just don't love the price.
All right, go over to Alex.
Yeah, I'm not crazy about this last set of games, but I just look at the Braves and all the injuries, and it's just the season in particular. They've really disappointed a lot of us with their baseball. And hey, I just like the way the Giants play just a little bit more consistently. We're not talking somebody like a championship team, but we're talking enough consistency, especially at home, to get the job done. I just got to go with the home side here.
I go over to Rod.
Yeah, and it was a close tight game in that one we seen yesterday, so I would lean to another under. But the Giants are one of those teams, they don't lose a whole lot of back-to-back games at home. 7-1 following a loss at home at Oracle Park. So I got to agree with Alex. I think the Giants to bounce back in that one, beating up on the Braves and old man Morton. But I like the under there. Also, back to the Padres in the under. It played good yesterday, and I don't know. The only thing that scares me is Luis Ortiz, the way he's been pitching. 7.16 ERA over his last 3. And in night games, he's not very better either. He's pitching a 5.54 ERA in night games. So I would lean to San Diego, but I'm going to go right back to the under there. And then the Colorado and Arizona. You know what? I'm going to take a shot here with Colorado in this plus price. Edward Rodriguez getting the start here for Arizona. This is like one of those letdown games. The Colorado steals one from Arizona. I know Arizona's been hot and just rolling right along, but I think this is that blip in the road. Give me Colorado. Too much plus price to pass up there.
Yeah, from Rod. All right, I like 2 out of these 3, Rockies and Diamondbacks. I like the over in this one. Colorado pitching giving up 287 hitting on the road. Diamondbacks pitching at home giving up 264 batting. Arizona's gone over 11-14. Rockies bullpen on the road has been crummy. ERA well over 6. D-backs ERA at home over 4. So I'll go over in that one. And I'm going to go here with the Giants at home in this one. Morton's form is in question here. San Francisco bullpen, boy, I've been tough on these guys, but over their past 10 games, this is one of the hottest bullpens. ERA under 2. Just keep that submariner guy on the bench. I don't want to see him out there when I have money on him. So I'll be going here with the Giants in this spot. All right, we got you through the games here, but let Sean, let everybody know what you have going over at Pick Dog Spring for tonight's card.
Yeah, tonight we've got 3 baseball plays on the go. I think they're all still up on the board. I don't think we have any of the early ones, so we'll look to bounce back. Had a bit of a rough night last night, but overall been pretty hot on the diamond here lately, and we look to rebound here tonight with 3 MLB, including a 10-star total.
All right, Dave, what's happening over at Pick Dogs?
Hey, I'm on a pretty nice little run here. 18-6 overall last 7 days, and then 15-4 Major League Baseball run here over the last 7 days. I got 3 plays there for sale on Major League Baseball. Have them all packaged together in a triple play, and they're all sale for individually as well. And you get my total of the day for $19. We're on a 10-0 total run, so hop on board, and then you'll just make some money, guys. Keep it going.
Just a note here, Marte is doubtful with an ankle. So that was a word there. It's not even confirmed in the lineup today for Arizona. All right, we go over to Wayne. What do you have going over at Pick Dogs Premium?
I have a 3-pack out there for you guys, and I have my best bet. I've been rolling on my best bet, hitting 3 in a row, looking to hit 4, 59, and 50 in my last 109 play of the day for the season. Just looking to stay high and looking to hit that best bet and hit that 3-pack for you guys, and have a nice little winning day. So go over there to the site and catch up my 3-pack on my best bet.
All right, Alex, what's happening over at Pick Dogs?
Yeah, we've got 1 Major League Baseball best bet of the day. We're on a 6-2 run right now. Won yesterday. Tonight's game is a money line smash. It involves the Royals and the Twins, and we'll be back more to look at some WNBA, of course, and all kinds of action as we move forward into football season.
Very good. Rod, what's going over at Pick Dogs? What do you got going?
And over Pick Dogs Premium, definitely heating up, looking for our 5th straight winning day. It's Tackle the Books Tuesday, so I got a nice little 3-pack. You can scoop that up over at Pick Dogs Premium. Included in that 3-pack is my 10-star play of the day, going for our 5th straight win on that 10-star play of the day as well. So definitely heating up. Head on over to Pick Dogs Premium and scoop those up. Definitely don't forget about that 2-for-1 capper deal. As you heard, definitely I'm not the only capper that's been hot. So take advantage of that 2-for-1 capper promotional and get 2 cappers putting money into your pockets. Can't go wrong with that over at Pick Dogs Premium.
That's right, guys. Don't forget that promo code Pick at Checkout will save you 15% off. I got a best bet on the board right now for Major League Baseball. Also, I got a pick up there for my long-term customers. Remember, the long-term is your best value over at Pick Dogs. 3, 7, or 30 all sports pass. Also, 1-year all sports pass. We're heading into football season, so go ahead and get signed up. All right, now this is a segment now. We got through the games where we call it our parlay and peripheral. If you got a parlay or you got a peripheral, that could be a season win total, could be a week 1, week 0 college football, NFL game, could be a player prop, team prop. Sean, you got anything here in our parlay peripheral segment?
Well, off the top of my head, I'll give you a team total here tonight. I like the Angels to go over 4.5 runs. You can get that at a plus money return at most books, or you can go over 4 and get it at minus 110. But I like the plus money return to over 4.5. I think they get to Gosman here, and I just like the makeup of this. It sounds strange to say, but I think at this point of the season, the Angels have I like their lineup. I think in spots you can actually back them, and they're kind of a feast or famine group. But I like them tonight against Gosman and the Jays bullpen.
There you go. Over to Damon.
I got a couple props here for you, Tony. I like Kyle Schwarber here to hit a home run. He's plus 240. He bats leadoff for the Phillies here, so he's going to get as many at bats as you can get in a game. Phillies returning home after that road trip. They really need a spark, and he's provided a lot of them here to lead off games. So I like him to hit a home run. I also like Ellie De La Cruz here of the Reds, over 3 total bases. He's really been hitting the ball well, and it just a single turns into a triple for him, the way he can steal bases. So I like him over 3 total bases. And I also like Aaron Judge here to hit a home run for the Yankees. Yankees were embarrassed by the worst team in baseball yesterday. Judge is, by far and away probably MVP. And the way he's been hitting the ball, I like him to take one out of the park here tonight.
There you go. Reggie Jackson, put him in some, I don't know if you got the comment from Reggie Jackson, put him in some fine company there with Dave Ruth and said what he put him in that family there.
I didn't see that, but that's mighty good company.
He put him in some big company there today. All right, Wayne, what do you got for us?
Got a nice little 3-team parlay with some big favorites that I can't play on the money line, but I still like them today. Go with Baltimore, Philly, and we'll throw Cleveland in there to kind of get us in a good plus money side.
There you go. Alex.
Yeah, so we'll do a futures bet here, NFL, and I like Washington, Terry McLaurin over 900.5 receiving yards. You can get it, a few books right now for about $1.15, minus 115. So that's a good one. Washington, Terry McLaurin over 900.5 receiving yards.
There you go from Alex. All right, Rob, what do you got for us?
I'm going to go a little 2-teamer. I like Boston Red Sox to beat up on Texas. I'm going to take Boston on the run line, and I'm going to take the Mets to beat up on Oakland. I think Blackburn just pitches lights out on the mound, and the Mets bats come to life, and they get them a nice little solid win. So take Boston on the run line, Mets on the run line. Nice little plus 370 on that. And then I'm going to take Jorge Soler to crush a home run. He hits lead off for the Braves, so I think he definitely got a few bats to hit one, and he's been hot. So take Jorge Soler to hit a home run. We went with him yesterday, and usually what happens when you go with him the day before and he doesn't hit for you the next day coming up, usually he does hit one. So give me Jorge Soler.
There from Rod, and I'll give you a 2-teamer here. I like the Yankees, White Sox over with the Giants in a 2-team parlay. All right, we got you through the drive-thru, right? We got it, all 15 games, got the peripheral segment in. We found out what's over at Pick Dogs. Of course, we let everybody – before we go, anybody have any last words, anything they want to get off their chest before we go?
Oh, I got an interesting one. I'm not saying bet this, but Baltimore and Washington have gone in there 12 straight times. 12 straight times. Yeah.
Whoa, big one.
Yeah.
All right. Washington 1-0 already in this game. Top of the first 2 outs there. So just underway there, Washington and Baltimore. We'll see how that rolls. All right. That's going to do it, guys. Thanks for everyone joining us. Thanks for your comments. We like this format. You guys love it as well. So we're going to go ahead and say goodbye to you guys. You guys have a great afternoon, evening.